So we're about 8 weeks away from our last frost date. So what does that mean for us? It means it's time to get some seeds started. Now Angie couldn't be here today for this video because she hasn't been feeling well, but we're both excited because we're sitting in front of our new grow system that we just set up a few days ago. So we're especially excited because for the first time ever, Proven Winners is offering seeds on their website. So they have 4 different varieties, 3 of which are tomatoes, 1 of which is a pepper. Now we had the opportunity last year to grow 2 of these plants that were not available but are available this year as plants and seed. The first one I want to talk about is the pepper. It's called Fire Away Hot and Heavy. Now we had the opportunity to grow this one last year and I'm going to tell you that we're absolutely in love with it. It provided an abundant amount of peppers and it kept growing from planting to frost. The only reason we stopped harvesting from it was because it was getting too cold outside, so we had to pull that guy out. But it provided plenty of peppers. Now it's a tad bit hotter than jalapenos, but it's perfect for those dishes that we love to make around here. I made some jalapeno poppers one time outside, and I'm telling you that flavor and that temperature was just the right amount of heat for a jalapeno popper. The next one I want to talk about is a Goodhearted tomato. We also had the opportunity to grow this one last year, and we absolutely loved it. It grows to about 12 to 18 inches, tall and wide. It was a great size snacking tomato. It's considered a cocktail tomato. Now we use these, we slice them up for some slider sandwiches. We also love the way it looks when you cut it. It has kind of like a heart pear shape, but it was just the right amount of tart of a tomato, so we absolutely loved it. And it grows a small little bush, so it looks kind of nice. You can put it in hanging baskets or a small little container as well. Now the next 2 seed packets we have here are plants that were available on the website last year. We didn't get a chance to grow them, but we're excited to grow them from seeds this year. They're both tomatoes. The first one here is the Garden Gem, which is a snack-sized tomato. It is a semi-determinate with a high yield, and it ripens in about 55 days. The next one we have is a Garden Treasure, which is a great slicing tomato. It's indeterminate habit with high yield, and it has fruit that ripens in about 72 days. Now all the tomatoes that they're offering here from seed are tolerant to heat and humidity, so they'll grow well if you live in the South. So the tomatoes that are offered from Proven Winners, what I came across when doing some research was that they're actually hybrid tomatoes that were cross-pollinated to create some of the best tomatoes you can get out there. Now they use hundreds of heirloom seeds and modern seeds to come up with the best yield and taste. So you get that heirloom flavor without the heirloom challenges you get when you plant these in the garden. Now before we get started, I want to talk a little bit about what we're actually going to use to grow our seeds. Now Proven Winners does provide a sheet that shows you exactly how to start your seeds, and I'll pop that up so you can take a look at exactly what it looks like. First thing we're going to use is we have our seed starting tray here, and we have our plastic dome lid for humidity. I have these pots that I'm going to use, which are plastic. So the reason I'm using these is because what I'm actually going to do is I'm only going to fill these about halfway up for my tomato seeds. As tomatoes start to grow, they like to shoot roots out the side of the stem. So what I will do is once they start growing, I'll start filling in little by little with more seed starting soil just to get more roots growing with that tomato plant. And with the peppers, I'm just going to fill all the way to the top and let those guys grow out. Alright, so I have 2 separate trays here. What I'm doing is the first tray, I'm actually going to put in this tray with water. I'm going to let it sink down until some water starts filling in the bottom. What you want to do is when you get your seed starter mixture going, before you actually put your seeds in there, is you want to soak them in water and let them soak up some of that water before you actually start putting your seeds in there. This will take about 30 minutes. Alright, so we've given our soil about a good 30 minutes to soak in water. Now the reason we did that was because if you use a good seed starting soil, you're going to find that it's light and fluffy, and the minute you put your seeds in there and you start to water over the top, it starts to displace your seeds and starts to move them around, and now you don't know exactly what's covered or what's not, especially when dealing with smaller seeds. So now that the soil is nice and moist and we're ready to put our seeds in, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my plant tags and start marking what I'm going to put in what pots so I don't confuse myself later and figure out what seeds were where and what I'm growing. So I'm going to put those there, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this bamboo skewer that I just grabbed out of the kitchen. You can use a pencil tip or whatever the case is. I'm just going to poke about 2 holes in each pot where I want to put my seeds. I'm only going to do 2 seeds per pot. I think they're going to germinate pretty well. If you're not too confident in it, you can go ahead and poke a couple more and put a couple more seeds in wherever you want to. Alright, so before I continue, I gotta tell you, they really outdid themselves with Proven Winners. So most of us we've opened some seed packets before, and we're very careful on how we open these. So I use my bamboo skewer again. I was poking around here, making sure I don't lose any seeds or whatever the case is. But as I opened it, I found that they made it nice and convenient so you're not losing anything. They just put it inside another packet inside, so they're all contained in there. And this one you don't have to really mess with to open. There it is. So I gotta hand it to them. They just made it 100 times easier, and it's just they think a lot about the gardener in mind. And I think this is just one of those things. Again, there's 15 seeds inside these packets. I don't think I mentioned that before, but even with 15 seeds, it could be easy to lose. I think they just made it more convenient to be able to get your seeds planted as easy as possible. So our seeds are in the soil, and we're excited to get this growing season started. We're especially excited with these seeds because we've already tried 2 of these plants, and we just can't wait to have the other 2 tomatoes growing in our garden, being able to harvest those and try those with some meals. Now next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this plastic dome over the top. That way the humidity and the moisture work its magic and get these seedlings to start growing. Another thing we're going to do is when we put this in the grow rack back here, we're going to put a heat mat underneath, because in order to get the soil to the proper temperature for these seeds to germinate and grow the way they need to, it needs to be about 68 to 72 degrees. So that's one thing we're going to do when we put it over there. Another thing I want to talk about is some of the most common mistakes when it comes to seed starting. One thing I tend to do is I try to water from the bottom as much as possible whenever I can. That way I get just the right amount of water to the soil that there needs to be. Another thing is, once you start seeing some green come up on most of your plants, go ahead and remove the dome from the top to prevent that moisture and humidity to continue, and you start to get mold growing and things like that, and too much moisture on your plants. That's going to keep them from growing the way they need to. Another thing too is the lighting. Sometimes we tend to not put enough lighting or too much lighting on our plants. What you want to do is be able to have a system where you can move your lights up and down, so that way as your seeds are growing, you move those lights up higher and higher. If you have the right amount of light, you don't actually need to move them. There are some LED systems where you can leave them just where they're at, just like the way I have mine, and it'll provide just enough light for those seedlings so they don't start growing leggy. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now this is just one of the many ways of how to get your seeds started. I just wanted to share our method with you and how we're getting our seeds going here in our house. Again, you can buy these, all 4 of these varieties, as seeds or as plants. We tried the plants, they performed really well. I wanted to try the seeds this year because I just love seeing something grow from seed to plant and then being able to harvest that in the garden. And with our family, the kids especially love doing that. Now this is a different garden that we're dealing with, and you'll be able to come along and enjoy that with us and see how we're actually gonna have a kitchen garden and have our vegetables. I think you guys are really gonna enjoy what we have in plan this year and how we're gonna actually implement a vegetable garden with our flower garden and things of that nature. So definitely stick around. So that's going to do it, guys. We'll see you in the next video.